guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 storage solutions that really help me keep my life organized. And yeah, I think you're gonna like this. All right, if you're new here, hello, I'm Claire. Come on in, make yourselves comfortable. Today we are talking storage solutions, and let me tell you, I am all about anything that can be functional, that can look good, that can make my house more organized, make things more easily accessible, all of the above. So right now, of course, we are on the verge of springtime, so I thought it would be the perfect time to share my favorite storage solutions with you guys. And of course, with the popularity of the home edit on Netflix and of course Marie Kondo, I know it's kind of on everybody's mind to get a little bit more organized. So I thought I would share with you my actual tried and true things I use all the time. I will leave links to everything down below if you want to check them out. Of course, keep in mind that these are just ideas. You don't have to use the exact thing I use unless it works really well in your space, but you can just use the concept and find something that works well for your own space. All right, let's get right into it. The first thing that I absolutely love in this house, you guys, are my drawer organizers. I got these at IKEA. They come flat and they have like a little zipper on the bottom and they just pop right open. And I did have some other storage for my drawers here from like Dollar Tree, but I couldn't find anything deep enough. And then I found these at IKEA. They come in a pack of 6. They've got all these different sort of sizes, and they're only $5 for the whole pack. It is perfect for our arts and our crafts in these drawers here. It's just been a really good solution to keep the crayons separate from the markers and the stamps and the glue and the scissors. It's really done wonders for these drawers. The second thing I want to show you guys is my mug rack. I've talked about this in other videos. I think anytime that you can combine a storage solution with a design element is like always the best. And I found these on Amazon. They came in a pack of 3, but I only have 2 on my wall because I didn't really need the third one. They came in black and also copper and like a vintage, like rustic looking white. And they were only $17.50 for 3 of them, which I thought was a really good deal. And now I can display the mugs that I really like to see. They aren't just hidden in a cabinet. And I also get a great design element for my kitchen, which, as I said, is my favorite thing ever. My next favorite storage solution is this great tiny little cart. I have this really funky closet. My house is full of pocket doors. It's from the 1960s. This house was built in 1959. So our house is just chock full of these pocket doors with these little storage kind of areas behind them. And I was on the hunt for something that was the perfect slim size to fit right in there, and Amazon totally came through on this one. This cart was $34. It also comes in black, and this specific brand, it's called Space Keeper. They had a lot of different sizes, like depths and heights that you could choose from. And I could not believe I found the perfect little rack to fit in this tiny little space. And now, instead of this little tiny space being wasted, I can fit my pasta, my lentils, my canned foods in there. Also, it comes on wheels. That's not a function I needed, but if you needed something small that would fit maybe between some cupboards or between your fridge and your wall or something like that, this is the perfect little like pantry accessory, and I'm so glad we have it. The next thing I'm going to show you is some video game storage. So my kids got the Nintendo Switch for Christmas. They are obsessed with it right now. They are playing Smash Brothers. It's also my husband's favorite video game, so we're all really getting down on this. But if you have a Nintendo Switch or any kind of game system, but especially the Switch, the games in it are so tiny compared to the cases that they're in. And pretty quickly we were accumulating a lot of cases, and that's just like unnecessary storage. There's so much empty space inside those cases. So what I did is I actually went on Etsy, which is one of my favorite websites to get unique items, and I found a seller that 3D prints cases. So this case actually was 3D printed, and it fits games in it perfectly, and it's super slim and easy to store, and also really easy to see like what the game is. It like is very user friendly for the kids to pick out what game they want to play. And I found that this has really freed up a lot of storage in our like media unit where the Switch sits on. So I would definitely suggest finding some clever game storage if you're a person that has lots of games. The next thing I want to show you guys is my spice rack. I know there are lots of clever ways to store spices, and I've tried a few of them. This is my favorite. This came in a 2-pack from Amazon, so 4 shelves in total, but they're like 2 pieces, if that makes sense. And originally I got it to screw like inside of my cupboard, but when I got them and I found out that they lined perfectly up with my stove, I decided to leave all my spices out. Some people really like to hide all that stuff, but I found that it really made my kitchen look homey, and like having all of my spices so close to where I'm cooking, I'm finding that I'm using them a lot more. I'm experimenting with my spices a lot more. I'm making combinations I hadn't previously done when they were all buried in a cupboard. So I really, really love these spice racks, and I really like that on the bottom half I can fit smaller spices, but the top half is open, so things that are taller, because you know, not all containers are the same when you buy spices, it fits everything really nicely. This pair of spice racks was $23 on Amazon, and it also came in bronze, but you see I selected the silver just to match the fixtures in my kitchen, but I've really loved having this. My next storage solution, I think, was probably the biggest game changer when it came to our day-to-day life, and that was these great pull-out drawers, like shelf sliding things. I don't know quite how to explain them, but you know what I mean. The brand of these is called Link, and I got them from Amazon. They were $45 a piece, and you see we have a couple, so it was a little bit pricey compared to some of the other things on this list, but it has definitely changed the game when it comes to our storage. These shelves in this cupboard are so deep. Eventually, we really need to redo the kitchen. The cabinets are in really bad shape, and we would love to have like a big pull-out pantry. But until then, we needed some way to be able to get into the back of that super deep shelf. I found these on Amazon. They had tons of different sizes you could choose from, different lengths and depths and widths and all sorts of stuff. So they have something to fit whatever sort of thing you need. I also was thinking about getting some more to put like in our cupboards, like under the stove, because that's a place where things get really lost back there. So I'm thinking about getting some more because they really have held up, and you just screw them right down to the surface that you want it on. It was really easy to install by ourselves, and yeah, I really love these sliding shelves. My next one for you guys is my jewelry organizer. I definitely have showed this and talked about it before, but I really wanted to include it because it's another one of those items that's also a design element, because you know I love those two things when they come together. I thought this looked really cute on my wall. It made all my jewelry accessible, and even if I'm not wearing some of my favorite jewelry, it's still sort of being displayed, which I really, really liked. This exact one was $20, but it currently is not available on Amazon. I did get it quite a few years ago. However, I will leave a link to one that's almost exactly the same. And once you click on that link, I promise like 100 of them will pop up, and they have all different configurations depending on if you have more necklaces than earrings, or if you want a different color or like a slightly different configuration. There's tons of this kind of thing on Amazon, and it can turn a blank wall into something that looks really nice, but also is a great storage solution for all of your jewelry. All right, my next thing is a new item, and I've never showed it before on this channel, and it is amazing to me. This is actually a shoe cabinet. It is shoe storage. This is actually from Wayfair. It was $160, and because it's meant for shoes, it's meant to store your shoes like vertically. So the way the doors kind of open is good for slim storage. So we have decided to use this to store all of our games. It takes up hardly any space. It's really not very deep, which is why I went with a shoe cabinet instead of a traditional cabinet, because I didn't want to take up a bunch of bulky space in this little walkway. We used to have our kids like play kitchen, but that's been moved to the basement. And this way we can keep all of our games. We also have some things that aren't super slim that like fit in there just right. But really you could store like towels or blankets. There's like a lot of ways you could use this. Even books or like coloring books or art supplies would be really good in a shoe style cabinet. This one from Wayfair, I don't know if I would actually recommend the specific one. I will link it down below, but it came in a really rough box. It had a lot of extra pieces and then some pieces missing. It was covered in like fiberglass. It was not shipped very well. But this style cabinet, you can get one at IKEA. There was also lots of options in this sort of style on Amazon if you're more comfortable going that route. My next storage solution is this IKEA like table basket. I've had this since we bought the house. It cost me $50. They also come in black. They also have another version for $60. That's like twice the size if you want it to be maybe like a coffee table. I love the idea of having the little table there and also the storage inside. Usually we like try to put like a plant on top of there, but all of our greenery dies because it's winter. And anyway, that's a whole other story. If you have a great indoor plant that doesn't need any sun, leave it down below because I cannot keep plants alive for the life of me. But anyway, back to what we're actually talking about. I really like these tables from IKEA. I've seen people use them for toys or as like a bedside table to hold books or whatever. Really, the options are endless for this, and I thought it was a really good deal, also being a functional piece of furniture and storage at the same time. And the last thing on this list is the item that I've had the longest and have gotten the most use out of, and that is my IKEA rolling cart. These are starting to gain popularity a little bit. You can find knockoffs all over the place. There's a ton of them on Amazon in varying price. I even found one at Aldi one time in their special buys, like of some random Aldi brand. But I have 2 of them and they are from IKEA. The one I use all the time, actually, I store all of my grooming supplies in it. I am a dog groomer. I groom from home now and then. I'm not at the salon anymore. I'm retired, I guess you would say, but I still groom now and then from home, and I keep all of my grooming supplies nice and tidy in this little cart. I pull it out to groom a dog. I can move it around with me because it's on wheels, and then I can just tuck it right back in the closet. I also use this in my son's room for storage, for all of those little toys, all of the Happy Meal toys, and all like the little plasticky things. This is a great way to contain the small stuff that I feel like all of our children just have. These cost $30 at IKEA, and they come in white and like an olive green and a black. But of course, as I said, this style now is really popular. You can get them in all sorts of colors with varying sort of designs and more shelves or less shelves or whatever. My mom also used it as a bar cart before, and it looked super cute in her house. So really the possibilities are very endless when it comes to the applications of the rolling IKEA cart. All right, you guys, those are all of my favorite storage solutions. I have a lot more, things like little bins and stuff like that, but I felt like those were like a little more obvious. So leave me a comment, let me know, do you have any of the storage solutions that I talked about today in your own home? How do you use them? What are your favorite things to buy when you are reorganizing a cupboard or a closet, or you're really, you know, getting down and into that? Because I know it's like right around the corner for me. Like the second we have a day that's like 50 degrees or warmer, I'm just gonna like start cleaning everything. It happens every year. So I would love to hear your recommendations as well. And of course, come on back for more content. I post every Friday and every Sunday. I would love to have you. So hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one.